I'm muted, sorry. Hello, Tom.
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm in a telephone box in a co-working space, but everything's great.
Nice.
How are you?
Very good, very good.
So we're going to kick this off, huh? We're going to do proof of presence, the demo. So for anyone watching now, please retweet the stream, share it around with your friends. This is one of the coolest things I think that has come out in the last couple of months, the last couple of years, maybe in LUKSO. It's this real like 180 situation now where we have like real working applications on LUKSO that are super useful for creators and for events organizers and things like that. So proof of presence is one of those things where it's taking tokens another level up, right? It's actually making them usable and it's giving them utility, which is really cool. So I know that you've been, for anyone that doesn't know, Thomas is our project manager at Universal Everything, and he's been leading this project. So Tom, please tell us a little bit about proof of presence and what we're going to be demoing here today.
Yeah, so the proof of presence app is a combination of a couple of projects that we started mid last year, which was the verification/check-in app and the claim mini app. They were both two separate ideas that kind of got put together in the end. Once we had found like the kind of direction that we're trying to head in, being kind of like going more into like the event space, trying to serve creators and people who are creating events and that kind of stuff. If you've been following along, you'd know about the Sleek partnership that we have. Sleek is a big magazine out of Germany. And they're kind of like running events. So if you can imagine, this magazine is running events on a monthly basis. They have attendees coming to their events. These attendees are going to be able to check in with this application, verify that they own a certain token in their universal profile. And in doing so, they're either just going to enter the event, or we can also distribute a token to them once they've entered. So it's super, super helpful when people are trying to like build communities to be able to reward the people who are attending their events with proof of presence tokens. This is like an older idea, but with the actual infrastructure to kind of make it happen. So yeah, it's a very kind of like simple idea, and the application's super simple. The build wasn't so simple. It took a lot of iterations and a lot of things going wrong along the way, a lot of edge cases that we came across before we got it to the point where it is. But it's really simple to use, and it actually gives. I personally think it's one of the like most obvious use cases for blockchain is like loyalty systems and token generation. So basically distributing tokens to people for being loyal to whether that's like a coffee shop or your band or event or something like that. So it's really exciting. We got like a real world use case running, wholly on the blockchain.
Yeah, no, it's really awesome. I mean, I think it's one of the most interesting things that is like coming out of our chain. Like it's something that amazingly, this is what people have wanted. And like for me, having attended a lot of blockchain events in the past, there's always been like a semblance of this, but it just hasn't been in one system. And actually having played around with the system that you guys have built in the last couple of days, like it's really, really fun. And there's so many different options as well that like just, it was always pieced together. You know, you had like kind of token proof, you also had like POAP, but it was all very like granular. And this is like a very like complete system where you can do a lot of different options and have a lot of different like nuances with the way that you can kind of create these event configurations, which is really cool. So enough yapping, let's get on to showing the demo. Let's do this.
Okay, cool. Give me a moment, I'll share my screen.
Oh, and we have John here as well. Hey, John. He wants in on the action.
Oh, am I on? Oh, sorry. Hey, guys.
You're live.
You're live and direct.
As live as can be. Amazing. Excited for this.
Cool. Yeah, it's very cool.
Oh. All right. So here you have it. This is the landing page. This is pre-connection. So welcome to the proof of presence application. Here you have a tool to check in people via tokens or distribute tokens at real life events. Yeah, so that obviously highlights something that I also didn't add. If you want to, you can just use this as a distribution application for your tokens. So there doesn't even have to be an event. You just have to have people scan the QR code and they'll receive a token as well. So there's like 3 different use cases. You either have that and the check-in at the same time, or you're just doing distribution, or you're just doing checking in. So yeah, to use the app, you need to have a universal profile. If you don't have one, go to myuniversalprofile.cloud to create one. Luckily, I already have one. I have many. So let me connect. Oop. We have some rapid fire typing.
John, you got to go on mute if you're gonna send some crazy emails.
the busiest man.
The busiest man in crypto.
Yeah. Oh god. Okay. So yeah.
Okay. So here we are.
Here we go. Let's set up our event. So yeah, Fawn and I prior to this set up a music festival, and we're actually going to have to pull this off, and it might take all of our lives. It's going to happen
one day.
Yeah, now that we've committed, we have to like go the full mile. So yeah. So basically, we have our setup check-in page. This is going to be like where you go in and configure your event. So this is from the event organizer side. We're not talking about the side of the user at this stage. I'm an event organizer that has an event, has a token, in this case, a proof of presence token that I want to distribute to the people coming to my event. Simple enough idea. So create an event to check in guests based on collectibles. So let's do that. And our festival is called Stereo Sounds. Did I say sounds or sound? I can't actually remember. Stereo Sounds Festival. These are really important details. Very
super important.
Yeah. So V1. Okay. Let's make it 2026. That sounds a bit cool.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. A year.
This is the Super Real Stereo Sounds Festival.
Everyone put in the comments if you want to come to Stereo Sounds 2027. We'll make it happen.
All right, so let's select both of
okay, so let's walk through these options quickly. So you have these different scanner modes. Talk us through the difference between the claim token mode and the event check-in mode.
Yeah, so essentially you have the claim token mode, which allows you to send rewards to scanners using the mobile app. That's when you only want to have distribution. So you don't want to have the check-in component. And when you have event check-in mode, you can distribute collectibles as well. So that's where that difference comes in. So you can either have just checking in a distribution, or just have users scan and claim their token based on having another token. So in this instance, we're going to have the event check-in mode, which allows people to check in, and we're going to distribute a collectible as well. But maybe I'll go through the options. They'll be across both as well. So in the claim mode, you can see we don't have check-in guests. You're basically just showing the expected number of users. So in this case, we could say like 100. I think I've got 100 tokens that I've minted. So yeah, we do. And I'm going to say stereo proof and select it. Available balance covers 100. Figure 101. This might be a little bug. Okay. Let's not do both. I should be doing end-to-end testing in my own time. So yeah, we're going to send one to each person that scans in, and we can save. But in this case, we won't do that. You can also select what happens to the unclaimed collectibles. Like, say only 50 people turn up, what happens to the other 50 tokens? You have the chance to either transfer them back to you or burn them. And then you have this time limit. So essentially, like, once the event's done and it crosses this time, then the tokens will be burnt.
And this is really interesting, right? Because I feel like there hasn't really been this kind of system with anything else that I've experienced anyway, where like it's really been thought through. Because for something like, okay, a POAP, for example, you're going to an event, you're an event organizer, you're organizing an event, you create a POAP, but like, let's say you create 100 because you think that 100 people are going to show up, but only 50 people show up. Well, you don't really want to keep those tokens because they're kind of invaluable, right, in your wallet, right? You don't need to keep 50 random POAPs when you didn't just distribute them out. So actually, being able to set up all of this stuff in the background that will automatically burn your tokens after the event is finished, you're not even having to like think about any of this stuff. It's just being done in the background, which is pretty amazing. I personally haven't come across anything like this in Web3 before. So it's really, really been thought out. You guys have thought about the whole process really quite a lot. And if it is a valuable token that you said, okay, I'm going to distribute out, let's say NFTs that I care about and I want to keep the rest of them in my wallet, or a token like, potato token. You don't want to just burn that after the event, but you're happy to give it away to the people that actually do end up coming. Well, then you're saying, no, I want it back if no one else is going to claim it. So give it back to me, which is really, really cool. I think that needs to be said, that's a very cool on-chain action that you guys have kind of built into this whole system.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And it's just, again, just taking like simple concepts that we've had in blockchain for years now and giving them real world use case, So yeah, we're pretty happy with it. We think it's going to get a lot of use for these reasons. So I'll go back into the check-in. Mm-hmm. So let's check in guests. So essentially, because we've already done this before, I have already distributed the turn token to Fawn and Prazen and others who are joining, and Jonathan, I believe. John should be a holder. If he's not, I'm going to be upset, actually, John. Seriously. But at least Fawn's going to be able to check in.
I can definitely check in. I know I can check in.
Cool. So let's just set it to 1 just for so this is smooth. So we have the turn token, and we're going to also distribute a token. We have 100 people expected. Turn token actually has like 350 people holders, so it's actually well distributed. So that means a third of people are going to miss out. There'll be people like missing out at the door, which would be crazy. So yeah, basically we're going to be distributing stereo proof.
Okay, so you're basically saying, okay, if you have my token, you can get in, and because you're getting in and you're checking in, once you do that action, we're going to distribute out this stereo proof, which is the like POAP for our like fake festival, right?
Exactly right.
Nice.
Yeah, so the only way people can come in, assume upturn token isn't a token. Assume it's like a ticket for the event.
Yeah.
Right. So like people are going to be using this upturn ticket, or what would be stereo sound ticket if I had more time to prepare.
Yeah.
But that's my bad, guys. Sorry about that.
No. Upturn makes sense.
yeah, sure.
Music.
So anyone who holds upturn has access to this event, which is fair, and that's what the future actually is going to look like. It's going to be the most valuable token.
Before we move on, actually, can you show people what it's like to select 2 assets? Because that's possible, right? You can require from people multiple tokens. So you can potentially say, oh, you need 1 upturn and just a potato, or you could do 1 upturn or a potato, which is quite
exactly
interesting.
Exactly right. So If user requires all collectibles, if turned on, all collectibles required to verify a guess. Otherwise, each asset alone will verify the guess. So that, like, if that's on, that's an and or switch. So like, if it's on, that's essentially saying that you need to hold both of these, at least one of each. You know, if it's 100, you'd have to have 100 of that and one of this. If it's off, the user can just have either of these. So let's just, I know everyone holds potato. Like, I know.
It's okay. You can just do the one up there. But it's nice to show everyone the options, because I think that's a really cool thing. Because if you wanted to do like a Bored Ape versus Clone X party and only those people can get in, right? Then you're now selecting those two different tokens, which is cool.
Exactly. Or you could think of also like at an event, maybe you have like VIP, you know what I mean? So like
totally.
There's different lines at every event. You have like a VIP line where people can skip the queue, and then you have like the general admission. Or you even have like somewhere around the back where you might have backstage or something like this.
So cool.
So essentially like people have to hold certain tokens to be able to get access to that certain area, which is an obvious use case for it as well. And you can have like obviously.
Oh, I was just going to say, for like fan tokens and things like that, which are things that we've been like kind of shilling for a long time, is that like, you know, in the future, we believe that like artists will have, you know, their own tokens and their own fan tokens that people can kind of collect at different events. And, you know, if they're buying merch, they might earn some fan tokens and doing different things. So that's really cool that you in the future are not just like buying a VIP ticket, but it might be that like your mega fans have like 50,000 of your fan tokens, and then because they have that, then you can actually choose this and say, well, you have to have X amount of fan tokens to be able to get into VIP, not just a ticket, right? Like, which is a really cool thing, because then now it's like, it's really like earning the utility of these tokens, as opposed to just like buying your way through everything, which is kind of the world that we live in at the moment. But it would be really cool if we, you know, eventually are able to unlock different experiences based on what we're doing and how we're supporting and how we're showing up for our favorite artists, whether they're, you know, a music artist or, you know, Takashi Murakami or whatever it is. Like, mega fans can now get different experiences based on how loyal they are, which is really cool.
Exactly right. So again, rewarding loyalty. This is what this whole kind of thing's about, which is great, because I really think this is like the next level of like marketing tools and that kind of stuff, and getting people to actually engage with the community, and with like the whole dead internet theory. You don't really know like who's real, who's not, who's engaging for what purposes, and that kind of stuff. So with universal profiles, being able to like verify people and users and people in your community alongside this, you know, you actually can see like real community members coming in and engaging with you, or bots as well. Like Andy's probably going to be
Jordy's going to bring LUKSO agent to the next event, I'm sure.
LUKSO agent's going to be yelling at everyone as he does.
No, this is awesome. Okay, so we're here now. We've said, okay, we're going to distribute out stereo proof to everyone that walks in. Here we have to add how many, so we're going to send 1 to each user. Cool.
Or we can send 10 if it's a token, and you want people to have like a whole bunch of tokens, you can send 10 to them. In this case, we'll send 1.
So that's basically saying that you need to distribute that out in the next step, right?
Exactly right.
So this is another cool thing that we can maybe talk about, and it's going to be in the next step, but we can mention it now, seeing as it's popping up. So the way that this works is basically, it's almost like an escrow, right? So because you're saying, I want to distribute out these tokens, whether it's like an actual kind of meme coin token kind of vibe, or a coin or whatever, or whether it's a POAP or whatever, because you as the creator have created it, you basically have to like dedicate it and saying like, I will actually be sending these. So you put it into almost like an escrow situation for then the proof of presence app to distribute out those tokens on your behalf. And you're like committing to saying like, yes, I'm choosing to give 100 SAT, for example. This is here. And we're going to see how we do that in the next step, right?
Yeah, and that's why transfer back to me is important, because you may want those for the next event or something like this. So yeah, we're going to do this, and we're going to set this time to actually we can just do it for that. That's totally fine. We'll click confirm. And so yeah, here we have our config. We have the title, and the required asset for people entering is 1 turn ticket, and then we're going to be sending 1 stereo sounds attendance token to each user who attends. So we can click confirm, and I've already got the 100 tokens in my wallet, in my possession. So yeah, we're going to deposit.
Okay, so this is where you're depositing it. You're basically now signing a transaction off screen, and you're saying, okay, I'm happy to send you 100 stereo proof tokens, and this is for the distribution. And so if you distribute them all out, cool. If you don't, then they'll be sent back to me. Did you choose send back to me rather than burn?
Yeah. Yes, certainly did. Okay,
Nice.
so I'm going to copy this link that we've just received, and we can go check out the event configs. If you have more, or you want to edit anything, you can always like go into the config and edit things. You might want to put more tokens in, or like change. You want to distribute more tokens. Maybe there's like a DJ who's come along and said, "I've got a token. Like, distribute my token as well." Something like this. You can select more tokens that you can distribute at the event. Alternatively, as well, it's like too many people are coming in for free, or like at this, whatever this token is, you can up the amount that they need to stem the flow. Like everything's amendable essentially.
Really cool.
And then maybe you run out of tokens, you can obviously deposit more into the deposit contract, which is a universal profile in itself. And okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the scanner here, and I'm going to scan my own universal profile.
Love that.
Okay.
So this is what the bouncer screen would kind of look like, right?
Exactly right. So this is from the event page. You obviously have that config page, and this is what you would send to like the person at the door, at the bouncer who's letting people in, or the people at the front of the line scanning people's barcodes to let them into the festival. So I have my universal profile here, and here's my QR code. And you can imagine this, like, maybe this isn't sitting on my MacBook, maybe it's on a phone as well, which I'll show you next. So I can scan Fawn's QR. Maybe this is a iPad sitting down at an event. Maybe you don't even have a person there, you know. It's kind of like a self-scanning situation. You can just walk up, tap to scan a universal profile, receive the proof of attendance, and enter yourself into the event, or a door opens or something. Who knows? That's pretty high tech. You'd have to have some pretty hectic hardware for that to happen. But yeah, who knows? Maybe in the future.
And this is really cool as well. This has really been thought out, because bouncers obviously don't want to waste their like iPad or like their check-in, their phone or whatever. They need to conserve their battery. So this tap to scan has actually been really thought out, you know, by the team, which is really cool.
Exactly right. Exactly right. So here we go. We're going to scan. Bang. Verification passed.
Let's go.
Awesome.
He's in. And it's really cool. It's very intuitive. Like you can see what exactly you need. You can see what you're about to get. You're going to see, and then you can see who's checked in. Like you can see the history of people coming in and stuff, which is really cool.
Yeah, and you can see that there's like this pending transaction happening, and then you get the list. So I'm still waiting. Got to check my wallet in my universal profile. Still waiting. Okay,
Boom.
it's just come through. And can you see me?
And he's got it. Look at that.
Bam.
Looks like magic.
Literally. So very, very impressive. And I don't know, super simple, such a simple idea,
It's
but
so
so effective.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's great.
Exactly right.
All right.
So
now,
I'm going to exit this page and go back here. I'm going to send this. I've already shared the scanner, so I'm going to send it to, let's put it in our chat phone so then I can open this myself. Okay. So yeah, obviously, like not everyone's going to have a MacBook or an iPad at this front of the event, but everyone has a phone. So you can essentially send this link to anyone. And
then they become the bouncer.
Exactly. Like everyone becomes a bouncer. Whoever you want. You know, you're like,
you're a bouncer. I'm a bouncer.
Yeah. If
everybody's a bouncer.
Exactly.
Basically.
If you'll run off your feet, you know, or someone's going someone's been at the door all day and they need to go on a break, and you've got your mate and you say like, look, like, can you just jump on the door for 10 minutes? Like they could be
they could be the new bouncer.
They could be the new bouncer, just like with the click of a finger.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna like zoom in on this page and Form. Would you ready to get your QR code up?
Yeah, I'm ready with my phone. So I'm going to show everyone just in case. Okay, where are we? Here we are. So this is my universal profile, guys. Oh my God, this background's crazy. Hold on, let me change this background. Let me change my background. None. Okay. As you can see, I'm in my lovely telephone box. Okay, so we have my universal profile. So if you are using universal profile for the first time and you don't know where the scanner is, it is right up here. So,
and can we have our producer switch the layout of the thing so we're a bit bigger, because I may not be able to scan in here.
Yeah,
but I will try.
You can make me the star of the show, Prasen.
You already were. Realistically, we all know that.
Let's see.
Okay.
I mean, you can try it. Maybe it like this.
There we go.
Okay, scan me.
All right. For all intensive purposes. Oh, there we go. Bang.
You got it. Whoa, let's go.
Success.
Okay, I'm gonna check my wallet right now. Hold on. Collectibles, refreshing.
So even I can click the transaction history, and you even have the other transaction history of the token that I sent to myself earlier from my MacBook. So yeah, this is like if you have multiple entries or multiple people on the door, or like, you know,
I got it.
There we are.
So cool.
Success.
Awesome. And let's talk quickly about the QR code, because this is maybe something that people are thinking, well, I could just screenshot it and send it to my friend and then I'm gonna get in. No,
yeah, exactly.
Right? So
absolutely not.
Give us the lowdown on that while I put my back.
So yeah, we've changed it a bit. So the QR code is essentially like changing every 10 seconds. So you can't just like screenshot the QR code, send it to all your mates. You could hypothetically, but like only that person would have to receive it and check in within the next 10 seconds essentially. So look, if you're not at the event, like you potentially could, but you'd probably just send the person the tokens that you're holding. It probably makes more sense than quickly sending them your QR code and making sure they check in 10 seconds. So yeah, there's ways that you could potentially, like, you know, get your mate in if you're not going to join the event, or send your ticket or something like that. So, but in this case, no, you can't just like print a whole bunch of QRs, send them to everyone and get that person in, because it will be a new QR in 10 seconds, and that kind of secures your event from nefarious activities.
Which is important. Another great detail that you guys have like actually thought about, and like having people on our team that are actually you know, cultural engineers, as we like to call them, shout out Kat, but, you know, people like yourself and Fabian and Lucian, who are like DJs yourself, or like, you know, culture builders, and go to loads of events and like have experienced this stuff. You guys are building it out of like what you've experienced yourselves in Web 2, which is really cool. So one other thing that I wanted to, so if we can get Thomas's screen back up, I want to show the event configuration screen where you can actually see how many people have kind of checked in and stuff. So here, yeah, now you can see here on this screen, you can actually see 2 people have checked in, 2 tokens sent. You can see all the kind of breakdown and stuff, which is, it's amazing. It's really cool.
Yeah.
So you can actually kind of like manage your event almost here, and check on numbers, and it's very cool.
Absolutely right. So yeah, as you can see, like we have a massive oversubscription of people here. So this is going to run out pretty quickly. And that's quite cool, you know, if you're just like saying, okay, first, you always see at an event or something like that, first 100 people get a free drink.
Yep.
You know, like, well, they only get the free drink if they have the token, obviously.
Yeah.
So you might have 400 people come to the event, but only the first 100 are going to be able to get that drink or something like that. You know? You can think of anything.
So many use cases. So many use cases.
So many use cases. So anyone out there thinking of doing this, like, it doesn't have to be music. It doesn't have to, it can be anything, art, gallery, you know, coffee shop, you name it. Like, this is perfect for a coffee shop. And I know like coffee shops invest so much money in like their little cards and even building their own applications and that kind of thing. So that all goes away with this, you know, you don't need it at all. You just have, every time someone buys a coffee, you can get them to scan, you can distribute a token. And when they have 10 of those tokens, they get a free coffee. Like it's not rocket science.
So cool. Yeah, there's a million use cases for this. It's all very exciting, and we can't wait to see how our community is going to be using this, how the brands that we're kind of working with, you know, obviously you mentioned the Sleek partnerships. We've got so many events with Sleek coming up, and this is going to be their kind of primary check-in kind of technology, which is really, really fun, because it means that now everyone coming to these events are going to need a universal profile, and this is almost like their little entryway onboarding into the LUKSO kind of ecosystem, because they're going to be using this tech anyway. And then, you know, maybe they then start to explore now that they have the profile. And this is how we kind of onboard people. This is what we want. So it's great.
Exactly.
Amazing. All right. Well, thank you so much, Tom, for this demo. We're going to keep it short and sweet because why not? But yeah, let us know in the comments if you want Tom to actually run a festival next year. We'll make it happen if enough people are going to come.
Exactly.
But anyway, like, thank you so much, Tom, for joining us. Thank you for everyone that watched today. We will be around if you guys are trying to create events. Let us know if you come into any troubles or want some inspiration. We're here to help. But yeah, enjoy the application. We're definitely going to be using it. Everyone knows that I'm a big event girly, so I will definitely be putting some stuff on in London using this tech. So if you are in London, hit me up in the DMs, come to my party, come to my pop party. And yeah, thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Ciao.